Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome to our final Cat Chat of the season. Boy, what a great crowd out here today. Everybody hear us okay in the back? We're sounding good. Everybody can hear us crystal clear? Look at that. All thumbs up. All right, we got a great show for you today. Our player guests are Ryland Ort and Tommy Mellott. So we've got Ort and Mellott here today. And again, make sure you got your raffle tickets because we will be raffling off the signed mini helmets that have been signed by every player who has been on the show throughout the year, and there have been a lot, which is really, really cool. All right, again, I'm Keaton Gillogly, and we get to say hello to head coach Brent Vigen. Coach, how we doing?
Doing great, yeah. It's obviously an exciting week, coming off a big win, and we got a bunch of things left to accomplish, so excited for this opportunity this weekend. Yeah,
a share of the Big Sky title is in the bag, but we all know the Cats want a little bit more, so a chance to get that outright on Saturday, get that great Javai trophy back, and set up things well for the playoffs. And we can officially talk about playoffs because you did get the automatic qualifiers, so that's exciting as well, even though I don't think that was up for too much debate, but still nice to have that locked and loaded. All right. Outside of football, a lot of great things going on right now. First of all, volleyball is at the Brick on Friday against the Grizzlies for the regular season finale. That's going to be a great match. They need that win. If they win that match, they are for sure in the Big Sky tournament. So I want to make sure they get that done. And they are wearing some specialty kind of Gold Rush style jerseys. So it's kind of that old gold with the script Cats in blue. So they've got some specialty jerseys, so great opportunity to warm up your vocal cords on Friday with a 7 p.m. first serve for volleyball. Should shout out women's basketball. They're off to their best start in 20 years. They're 4-0 right now. Yeah, absolutely. Esmeralda Morales, the reigning Big Sky Player of the Week, averaging 21 points this week. And men's basketball did lose in their 2 games this week, but boy, they put up a phenomenal effort at Northwestern last night. Yeah, absolutely. It was a great game against Northwestern. Came up just shy, but they are back home on Sunday. So they're going to be home for 3 games this week throughout Thanksgiving week. So an opportunity to cheer them on, and they've got Southern Miss again on Sunday night. So that's what's going on elsewhere. But let's talk some football, Coach. Boy, it's a big week, and we're kind of coming off another big week. It didn't get off on the right foot with some travel stuff, but a lot of snow and some cold and all of that. But at the end of the day, this is just kind of what you get when you get to Week 13. It doesn't really matter what's thrown your way.
Yeah, the travel piece, I thought our guys really dealt with that. We got in afternoon on Sunday. A lot more enjoyable coming home with a victory. And the week has been really good so far. I know having the ability to go inside for portions of practice on each of these days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, has been critical. We got a bunch of snow over the weekend, and the feels good today, but we need that proper footing, all that stuff to get the work in we need to, and so far so good.
Yeah, when it does come to some of the weather stuff, like what are the things you want to make sure you get done inside that you really can't get done outside at all? Like what are those things that you would be missing if you didn't have that turf in the dome?
Well, you could still do it outside. It just wouldn't be as fast a pace. So it's all the things change direction. So all our individual drills are in there. We actually do our inside run in there, and want those guys to be able to play as fast as possible through that. And it's not that the footing the last couple of days outside has been horrible, but it's been good to get that work. So it's really the change direction, being able to go as fast as we possibly can for a good portion of practice.
Cool. So that's what we're looking forward there. We should give a shout-out to Mr. Taco Dollar, Special Teams Player of the Week in the Big Sky this week. Yeah, absolutely. Fun to see him house one. Obviously, special teams were massive in this 2-point win at UC Davis. And for Taco, finally outran a kicker at the end of one of these runs.
Yeah, that's been the running joke. The only time he'd outrun the punter, we got a penalty and it was called back. So every other time that he's had a long one, he's been tackled by the punter. So, yeah, it was a big-time play. Big-time play that he made because of his effort, first and foremost. And we had some blocks go on in that play, but that was a lot about Taco just being able to catch a shorter punt and then just make a few guys miss at the point of attack, get to the field and outrun the punter and outrun a couple other guys who are pursuing him.
Yeah, and obviously every point in this game mattered at the end. And, it was fun to watch Miles Sandstead do what he did. I know, he hit that big 40-plus yarder earlier. He hit it off the crossbar for that long high 40s one. But, either way, you kind of saw that he had the leg for it. It was just a little bit short, but it was very accurate. It does seem like you still have some good confidence in what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and we were at, I think, 55 feet above sea level there. So the ball, whether it was kickoffs, wasn't quite traveling. So we were probably pushing our limits right before half to give that, I think it was 47 and change a go, and he probably had 46 and a half. But, really to bounce back before that and hit the 42-yarder after we had the one blocked. And it was really a lower kick in that situation. So been pretty steady all year, and I know that was an area that we needed to become more steady for sure. And, I think as we continue to move forward, his consistency, whether it's in games or in practice, has been there. And, I'm certain there's going to be points that are going to matter as we move forward, and he's going to have to put them up on the board.
Yep. Now, we talked a lot about this game on the Bobcat Insider television show, which is out tonight at 8:30 p.m. Brody Grebe is our player guest on the television show, along with myself, Coach Vigen, and Grace Lawrence. So if you want to hear more about that game, too, we've got some there. But I do want to talk a little bit about the defensive line. Obviously, they were awesome in this game, so were the linebackers. But one of the guys that seemed to get in a little bit earlier in your rotation right now is Talon Marsh, which is exciting to see. I feel like I saw him a little bit earlier in this game, yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of been between Talon and Hunter Charbonneau, who's been that next guy up at nose when Paul comes off the field. And, I think those two are fighting for the same thing. They've done a good job in taking advantage of the opportunity that was presented when Blake Schmidt went down. And they're both young guys. They're both redshirt freshmen. Their best is in front of them for sure. But, for them to give us meaningful snaps, the both of them this fall, has been critical. And it will have to continue to be. So, as we continue to move on, both those guys, 90 and 99, are going to have to do some things for us.
Yeah, so cool to see another Montana native, a couple of guys, Montana natives, getting in there and doing what they're doing and filling in on the backside in this depth. And, overall, I think when you look at this defense, last week we talked about the fearlessness, and obviously that was really important in this game. But, with those injuries that you suffered in the middle of the season, even despite that, it does feel like this defense has continued to get better, not only over the course of the season, but within games most times. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think we're a better defense now than we were back in September, and I think managing games is part of that. Understanding that we might give a few things up here and there, like the drive that they scored on, and there may be a couple plays in there that we have to correct. I think our ability to just work through. The good and the bad has been really positive. And there was a lot of good in that game. There was a lot of times we got them off the field really quickly. But, our coaches getting the guys over to the sideline, making any adjustments that we have, kind of trying to predict what's coming next. A team like Davis that has the playmakers they have, there was no ability to rest on our success.
Yeah.
And obviously we made it real hard on ourselves at the tail end. But I really appreciate the effort of our coaches and our players just to continue to work forward. And ultimately, as games go on, you have to play your best, in the second half. And, we've made some good chunks, or we've made some good progress there at times, but we haven't been put in those positions at times because we've been in so many games that the ones haven't been out there in the second half. So, between Eastern and Davis now, I hope there's some, let's say character being built, some resolve being formed, and we're finding ways to win.
Yeah. One of the other things I want to ask you about that relates to this game is momentum. And you kind of brought that up in your press conference on Monday as we get into a rivalry game this week. And momentum is going to be a big key. But, it's interesting, at least from my perspective, like from a baseball background, there was a big poo-poo about momentum for a long time because of analytics. They said, well, you can't measure momentum. It's not a real thing. It's not really there. But you really believe in momentum in that you can grab it and harness it and use it as a tool within a game?
Absolutely. I think when you're formidable on offense, defense, and special teams, meaning any one of your phases can impact the game, any and all can impact your game, then there can be this collective momentum that's created. And sometimes it's just it is field position oriented. Certainly turnovers. Who said that about momentum? That's crazy.
It was really just something that was kind of pervasive in baseball for a long time.
But so I think it's huge.
Yeah.
And sometimes the first score creates momentum that's there, but that can be squashed. It can be a big lost yard play. I mean, it can be a big hit. It can be a big gain. It can be so many things in the game of football. And it's only as good as the next play. It's only as good as the next phase of your team that goes out there. You got to be able to back up that momentum to build it. And I do think because, I don't think this team relies on offense, defense, special teams over the other. I think we got a chance to capture it and build upon it.
Yeah, I guess that kind of goes back to the complementary football, the balanced football that you've talked about over the last couple of years. When you're playing complementary football, a higher likelihood of one of those units grabbing momentum and a higher likelihood of keeping it because you don't want to give it back.
Absolutely. And in that game, they had 7 possessions that started at their 20 or inside.
Yeah.
And we had 1. Just that piece alone in making their offense go the long way. Our offense being the beneficiary of getting the ball in the middle of the field. I mean, that was huge. And then there was that stretch in the middle of the game, with the turnovers, the 2 of them, with the punt return in between that you can't quantify momentum because there was a lot of it going on there. But we had it, and we, for the most part, we hung on to it for a better part of that game. And unfortunately, they were able to capture some in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but you guys got the last bit of momentum, and that's truly what matters. And now the Bobcats have stacked 11 straight 1-0 weeks as we head into the final game of the regular season. All right, we're going to step aside again later. Tommy Mellott and Ryland Ort will join us, but first a break from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Hey, Bobcat fans, want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Phillips 66, Conoco, and 76 stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for new Fuel Forward app users through 12/31/2024. Participating locations only.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
When I was using, I spent half my time worried about running out of pills and the other half hiding my addiction. Hiding from judgment. Hiding from everything. I OD'd right there. My pills were laced with fentanyl. Narcan and my son saved my life. He found me and called 911. After that, I got treatment.
Learn more at helpsaveliveSMT.org. A message from Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. This is our final football Cat Chat of the year, but we will have the basketball version again in the new year. But during football season, we have the official radio show of head coach Brent Vigen and Bobcat Athletics over wings and beer every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only at Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, a little later we're going to talk to Tommy Mellott and Ryland Ort, but right now we're with head coach Brent Vigen. And, Coach, I got a couple other kind of top-line questions for you right now. First of all, have you ever painted your chest for a game as a fan, maybe in high school? Or no, never did?
No, never.
Do you know people that do?
I don't know that I do.
Okay.
I've seen them, obviously, but no, I've never gone to that extreme. I suppose, yeah, I've never have.
The only reason I'm thinking about it was there was a shot on television of this game, and it was a couple of the college kids, and they spelled out Aggies, but they were shy of a G. It was A-G-I-E-S. And note to anybody who's painting their chest, if you do, you can't leave. You have to walk in a group the whole time. Otherwise, you're misspelling things.
True. Very true.
Yeah. But anyway, that was one of the things that randomly popped into my head this week when we saw that. The other thing I want to ask you about a little bit was kind of going back to 2021, going into the playoffs. You know, you make the switch at quarterback, and we're going to talk to Tommy here in a little bit. But, you know, what do you remember about that? I just kind of want to go back. I mean, really, in a lot of ways, it was the genesis of Touchdown Tommy. Now, in hindsight, these years later, what do you remember about what you were weighing in your mind to make that decision, which was a pivotal choice?
Yeah, he had late in that season, he'd done all kinds of things that year. You know, really wasn't factoring in at quarterback, whether it was spring ball or fall camp. You know, in addition to Matt McKay, we had Tucker Rovig and Casey Bauman. Casey went down in the middle of the year, you know, in some kind of cleanup time. So Tommy was maybe, I think, at least being considered at that point. He was doing some wildcat quarterbacking at the tail end. I remember the Idaho game, home game in particular. He was playing receiver for sure, and he was running down on kicks. He was doing all of that, and I just think he was, you know, continuing to just be a guy that, boy, if you could get him on the field, you wanted to. And at the same time, our offense was probably sputtering just a little bit in those last couple games. And, you know, I think part of that was just trying to generate more run game. And we had the benefit of the bye heading into the Tennessee Martin playoff game, and you know, just made the decision, you know, probably that Sunday, you know, after the Montana game that year, and just, you know, we got to change the script here. We got to change the course of what we're doing offensively. We can keep it pretty narrow for Tommy. You know, and Tommy's incredibly intelligent, but he just didn't have the reps. He didn't have the experience with things. But we figured we could sort through a few things that he could do pretty effectively. And he, you know, I think he felt like he's got the competitive maturity to handle this. You know, not all young men his age would have that, and that certainly separates him in a lot of ways. So, yeah, he had that game, and it was so windy against Tennessee Martin. It was an awful day. I mean, not temperature-wise so much, but the wind for a guy that had needed to throw a few times at the very least. Yeah. It was rough. First half was a little rough, and then he came out in the second half. Made enough plays, made a long run, I remember, and, you know, I suppose the rest is history. We went down to Sam Houston the next week, and he made a bunch of plays out the gate. I threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, if I remember correctly.
Yep,
in that game.
Had the trifecta.
Yeah, and you know, I think he's just continued to build off that experience, and I think he'd be the first one to say, you know, we didn't do a lot with him, but out there you had a guy that was competing, and our guys believed in him, and I think maybe as much as anything, that changed the course of our offense and our team. I don't think there was anybody on the team questioning that Tommy wouldn't give everything he had through that stretch. So, yeah.
What's that like from a head coaching perspective? I mean, was there fear in making that decision? I mean, it's your first year. You guys had that great start, and then the loss over the hill. You're going into the playoffs, and you're going to start this, you know, this freshman quarterback in that moment. And, I mean, does it feel like you're taking a big risk in that moment?
Well, I suppose there's some risk to it, but we felt like the change of our course outweighed the risk. and it became pretty clear, I think, just some of the immediate feedback that I got from some of the captains at the time. I think they'd be the first ones to come in and say, Coach, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think it was more like, Coach, I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more of that. So, and that was, I didn't consult with them or anything, but that was pretty immediate feedback that we did get. And, he's just a guy that's easy to believe in. And I think we knew that we could generate enough offense to make it all work, and that's work enough to beat. In Missouri State, and that's what we thought we were going to play.
Right.
Tennessee Martin went to Missouri State and won on the road. I mean, that's what we were trying to do: win the next game. And ultimately, we were able to stack up a few wins and take this program to a place that hadn't been in a long time.
Yeah, it's cool perspective now that we have it at this point in the year as we've moved forward, and now here we are getting into the senior year as both Ryland and Tommy have arrived. Hello, fellas. We got a table right over here for you. We'll get you wings order in before we get you up to the top, but that's cool experience and perspective. The other thing I wanted to ask you a little bit about is when guys have NFL prospects, once they start to get some of that look from the NFL, what's that process like? What are some of the scouts looking for? How often they are around? What kind of conversations are they having? Just top line, what's that process like?
Well, it starts, I suppose it starts out of a junior year. The pro day that's for our seniors also includes some testing, heights, weights, those type of things, Wonderlic test for our underclassmen. And, you maybe get a little bit of gauge, just the scouts that are around that are maybe poking around as far as questions go, for our upcoming guys. But they're mostly focused on the seniors that are going through pro day. And then, fast forward to the fall, there's maybe been some information exchange between the spring and the fall. Some inquiries made, but then it's the traffic that comes through Bozeman, starting as early as fall camp, but really for the better part of our first month of the season. I think a lot of those scouts are smart enough to know they better get here by the end of September. So we had most of the teams through, and it's guys popping in to watch a little film, to watch a little practice, ask questions, They're asking, coaching staff questions. They're asking strength Sean Heron questions. They're asking our medical side questions, and in some ways, no different than us as high school or us as college coaches going out to high schools. You're trying to find as much information as you can, and then more importantly is our guys' ability to, follow up whatever interest they had leading into their senior year with film from their senior year.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately what closes the deal, and then. Postseason or out of the season opportunities for all-star games, I suppose, is the next thing, and we'll see where that goes for some of our guys.
Yeah, cool to hear that it's kind of like you turned into the high school coach and in that recruiting side of it, and it's a fascinating thing, and we got a couple of guys hanging around the NFL right now, and hopefully there's some more to come as time goes on. Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Go Cats. All right, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have Tommy Mellott join the show here from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Hi, former Bobcat Big Lou Salcedo from Wrestler Chevrolet here. Our team proudly supports MSU football both on the field and on the road. Serving the Bobcat community since 1999, we've got what you need. From the powerful heavy-duty Silverado to the top-of-the-line high-country Suburban. Visit our showroom or check us out online at WrestlerChevy.com. Together, let's drive a Wrestler Chevrolet. Community born, community driven. We'll meet you at the tailgate.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
XL Country, 100.7, KXLB Churchill, Bozeman, Belgrade. Also in Livingston on translator K254AL.
All right, we are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. All right, beautiful crowd today. We've got our first player guest up now. Quarterback Tommy Mellott. Tommy, how we doing?
Doing great.
Well, nice to have you back. The lettuce is coming in nice. The curls are looking good.
Yeah, I've been growing it out.
Yeah, what inspired that? Anything in particular?
Nope, just it's a long season, a lot of time put towards the X's and O's, and haven't really taken the time away from that to give a good haircut, I suppose.
All right, great. So that's just a direct representation of your hard work?
Right.
Yeah, cool. Well, I like it. It looks pretty good. All right, well, I want to talk about that hard work a little bit, and one of the things I just kind of want to get at is your weekly schedule. How you balance this whole thing, how you get into all of this, and what you do. I want to pick things up, let's say, after a home game, right? You win a home game, and you get to do the fight song, so you get all that, you get into the locker room. What's the first thing you do kind of after the locker room, after coach has said hello and said his speech? Like, what's some of the first things you do after a home game?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is always go outside, get to see some fans, sign some memorabilia for some of the kids out there, and try to go find my family immediately to give them a hug and appreciate them for being there at all the games and the extended family as well. So that's, the immediate thing, I suppose, if you're talking about just the rest of Saturday. So yeah.
What are those kids usually coming up and asking you or talking to you about?
Well, most of them are just, could you sign this for me? Like, oh, like good game today, stuff like that. They're pretty nervous, I suppose. So that's how I was when I was younger too. So don't blame them.
Yeah. You're a pretty intimidating guy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so you've gotten, get out of your gear, you're leaving the stadium. What do you usually do on a Saturday night after a home football game?
Yeah, I love Saturday nights to go watch football. It is like, I don't know, almost, a religion for me. Is like, it is the best thing to just sit back and watch other guys, battle, try to do their job the best that they possibly can, and see what different coordinators are running on offense and defense. So that's go home, immediately sit down, relax, and just watch games if we had a early game.
Yeah. So you watching just anything? You watching FBS stuff? You watching other Big Sky teams, other FCS teams? What's your go-to?
Yeah, if there's a big FCS game that's not in our conference, I'll watch that. Also, if the team that we're going to be playing the following week is playing after us, I'll immediately be able to watch some of that. So, I guess between those two things and And if those things aren't really going on, then I'll go and watch some FBS as well.
Cool. All right, so you're watching some football, you're hanging out and doing all that. You get yourself to sleep. What's your Sunday like? That's supposed to be your guys' kind of off rest day, yeah?
Yeah. Sundays are more of a rest day for us for sure. So make sure, I typically get to sleep pretty early, get up. I go to church every Sunday. After that, the 9 a.m. service, I get back to the house. Have breakfast for sure. Breakfast is a big thing. And I
you got to go to breakfast, or you mix it up?
No, I typically make it myself at the house. Make breakfast, go to church, get back, go to the facility. We have some treatment stuff, so you always have some bumps and bruises. I've always had just kind of a little routine, getting some of the lactic acid out, some of the soreness, do some running on Sunday, and then do some shoulder care, stuff like that, take care of myself. And really, for the rest of it, it's, kind of between hanging out a little bit at the house and doing homework, I suppose. So, yeah, that's about what my Sundays look like.
Yeah. How much homework do you usually end up having on those Sundays?
Since I'm just kind of at the end of my, college career, I have a lot of projects, I suppose. So that's kind of the time where I put a lot towards that. Maybe an hour or two, I suppose. Not anything too extreme, but yeah.
All right. So knock out a little bit of homework, get the body right. Are you pretty regular on what time you go to sleep, wake up, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, during the week, it's try to get to sleep around 9:15, between 9:15 and 10, and then I'm always up at 5:45 to get rolling for the day.
Yeah, right. And so getting rolling for the day on Monday means the first practice of the week. So up at 5:45, what's the morning routine to get yourself ready to go for practice?
I suppose it's just getting to the facility. We have a hot and cold tub, so it's kind of a contrast between those two. Getting your body feeling pretty good and just waking it up as well. Getting alert, getting that hot tub for a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and just get your body going. Go stretch out, go roll out if I need to, but for the most part, just kind of get dressed, get up to our team meeting in the morning, and then position meeting to review the game, then go out to practice, and then obviously then we have we have lift in the afternoon and meetings in the afternoon, and then there's classes as well.
Yeah. What's that Monday practice like? What's your focus on that first Monday practice?
Yeah, Monday is a lot of reviewing what we had done in the previous game. It's correcting those things. When we watch film, we see what teams have done poorly in the past, and so it's a lot of corrections to make sure that teams, can't exploit those things and just, make right some of the wrongs, I suppose, that we had. And then, we have a 2-minute drill against our defense. And so every single Monday we get to compete there and just kind of get the competitive juices going and get the opportunity to learn a little bit more about, just different details that come up that you just never really think about until they're there. And so every week we get that opportunity to kind of clean some of those things up.
All right. So practice, class, and the lift on those Mondays. What's the Tuesday like? What's that Tuesday practice's goal? How does it change?
Yeah, no, for sure. Then Tuesday, our meetings in the morning are evaluating we start rolling with our game plan, right? So where Monday was kind of making those corrections, making right some of the wrongs we had for the previous team, it's really starting to dive into what we have for scheme going for this next opponent. And, we have a walkthrough beforehand, and then we have a 2-hour practice where, vast majority of it towards the end is all teams. So it's just we have our scout team over there, giving our first team and our second team offense just looks as to what the opposing defense will look like.
Yeah. All right, so you're getting through some of the opposing team stuff. So after practice then on Tuesday, what are some of the things you got going the rest of the day after practice? Because it usually ends pretty early.
Yep, so I'm in an undergraduate study with my advisor at the university in financial engineering. So I go and meet with him every Tuesday. We work on some of the research that I'm doing, and then I go ahead and I have another class go until from 12:15 to 1:40. So again, that's how that rolls. Get some lunch afterwards. Get back to watching film, getting guys together. So we start reviewing the game plan on film. Seeing we got the reps. We got to see what it was like from our scout team, but then we get to see it on film as to what they kind of try to pair that stuff up. So go review it, meet with all those guys, go over the film, and then we have another position meeting that evening, and then watch some more film and get going home and do some homework.
Yeah, what's some of the research you're doing for class?
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty hard to explain, I suppose, but it's just some portfolio optimization stuff with some linear, just linear objectives that we try to maximize different objectives. So it's kind of historical backtesting of it all. So it's been pretty tough. The advisor, he likes to push me, and we've learned a lot. We've gone over this stuff, and it's kind of an amalgamation of a lot of different things that I've done in the past. So it's been cool to work with them.
Yeah, so really heavy math type things.
Right,
absolutely. Predict models, build models, that sort of thing.
Yeah, a lot of coding. Yeah, RStudio. So
okay, so you're actually coding different like algorithms and models to try to predict different things within maybe a market or a portfolio or something along those lines.
Yeah, not necessarily predict, but yeah, like retrospectively, like optimizing from what you knew, and then obviously for the future. But yeah. I don't know. It's not like machine learning or anything like that where you're trying to, So
yeah. All right. So you're doing some coding. You're getting through that. And now we're through the Tuesdays. We're into Wednesdays. What's the Wednesday practice like?
Yep. Wednesday we get to start looking at kind of what our scheme's going to be looking for in the red zone, the fringe area, and then third down. So again, it's just the same sort of idea. We do a lot of fundamentals early on, and eventually we get to working on some of that. Just situational stuff. It's super important to go score when we get down to the red zone, so make a difference with preparing on a Wednesday, really focusing on that. And then also third down, it's a crucial down, so I got to be able to win that one.
Yeah, so focus on yourself on Monday, focus on the opposing team Tuesday, focus on the situational on Wednesday. That's kind of the layout.
A little bit, yeah. Yep.
All right, and then what do you got class-wise and stuff Wednesday night?
Yeah, so Wednesday, just kind of go back to the same schedule as Monday. Those classes go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. So back to that class, then we have a lift in the afternoon, go back, get my guys together, go meet as just players, then go to a position meeting as well, and then a walkthrough after that, and that's just what I got done with. So then hurry down here and have an interview. So
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
How many times are you going to and from the BAC, like in a single day?
I don't leave. I'm at the school from 6 a.m. till 7 at night. So,
okay.
Yep.
All right. So just there the whole day. Then you get through your interview with the Jamoke at Buffalo Wild Wings, asking a bunch of silly questions.
Yep.
Get to go home
and hang out a little bit, relax for a couple minutes there before I get to bed.
Yeah. What do you do to relax outside of football?
My girlfriend's over here now, so I get to go hang out with her and my roommate, a player on the team, Aiden Garrigan. We get to just kind of hang out. Again, it's as funny as it is, I've watched a lot of action on Tuesday and Wednesdays throughout the season. So it's fun to sit back and watch somebody else, really work on what they had prepared for and see kind of how it all comes to fruition and just kind of remind yourself of, things aren't always going to be perfect, and it just shows, football's an imperfect game. So it's fun to kind of get that refresher, watching football as well.
Yeah. All right. Into Friday now. So you're kind of through the whole week. What are the key components you got to hit on a Friday going into the game the next day?
Yeah. Well, skipped over Thursday there quick, but yeah, just go back over all of it again, essentially, and then we have the afternoons off. So that is the day where tomorrow I get to go, have most of the evening off, I suppose, and then Friday. Yeah, we get back, take care of your body as much as you can. We do some regen, just stretching out, foam rolling out, so your body's feeling good for the weekend, and hit the cold tubs again, just like every day, and yeah, it's just we have a pretty quick practice there. We've watched through everything for so many hours. We've practiced it for so many hours. At some point, it's time to go make it happen, and we go through some of our. I feel like we feel the strongest about plays, make sure we get those things right, and just kind of correct anything that we might, miss, I guess, the day before. And then, we have meetings all evening, dinner and the meeting some more, and then captain's meeting, unit meeting, stuff like that, and then we get out of there.
All right, just meeting, going through it all and getting it all taken care of.
Yep.
All right, you're to bed on Friday night then, finally go to sleep. What's the game day morning routine? Let's say it's a 1 o'clock home game. What's that first thing you're doing, getting ready to go for a game?
Yep, well, I guess I skipped over it, but we have just a visualization thing. So you get an opportunity to, you've been practicing a lot, but you get to sit back and listen to basically a tape recording of what the plays are, and with a brief pause in between them, so you get the opportunity to sit back, think about your reads, think about what the coverages might be, and really just visualize success, I suppose, so that you've trained yourself to understand the environment that it's around you, stuff like that. So if I don't do that on Friday night, it's Saturday morning. Saturday morning, though, we get to chapel. Matt Kirby typically leads that. Really just kind of focus on some of the spiritual aspects of your life there before the stress of the day and the excitement of the day, those two things. And so that's always great. To go back into some more walkthroughs, get to go to breakfast, and then it's again you just kind of stretching out, getting ready because you're about an hour away from the cat prowl. So we walk over to the BAC, go through whatever I need to mentally to prepare myself and get myself going and make sure I'm feeling confident and go out there, go through our pregame routine like we always do, and then we're ready to roll.
All right, then you're ready to roll. And what's it like before you guys run out, before they open the doors? We're all out in the stands. We're all excited. Everybody's well lubricated. The horses are jumping around. The pyrotechnics are all laid out. Tell me about that last moment when you guys are just as a team behind those doors before they open up.
Yeah, well, the captains always bring everyone together, say some words of advice, and really get the team going there. Last minute thoughts, just from our leaders, our captains on our team, and then we roll up to the door. We get to open that door and see, whatever it might be, the sea of gold, the sea of blue, sea of white, whatever it might be, but just cheering, loving fans, and so it gets you going for sure. You get those horses running out in front of you. We got the smoke machines there to blow when we're running through, and then it just, erupts, and so you can just feel the energy. It's contagious, and then it's just like, it's a for real moment, When I was younger, I'd for sure black out in a moment like that because it was just so, exciting. But at this point, I've we've done it a lot, and it's you got to go do your job, but regardless, it's never gets old for sure. So gonna go down there and pray, and then head back and do our coin toss and get rolling.
What's the prayer? What are you usually saying to yourself in the end zone over there in the Sunny Holland end zone?
Yeah, I just always pray and thank the Lord for what He has done for us, and forgiving our sins, and ultimately just praying that He gives me strength of mind and strength of body to persevere through whatever hardship and just compete throughout the day and be relentless and ultimately try to glorify Him through whatever I can do on the field that day. So that's certainly what the prayer is every Saturday.
Well, there it is, and then you are out on the field running around and finding some blue turf as much as you can.
Absolutely. Yep.
When you break away, the final question I got here is, when you break away and you're running and you know you got it.
Yep.
What do you do with your hand when you're flicking it back a little bit? You ask it for a little more?
just bringing the juice. I just love, the adrenaline. I love the celebration. It's just, everything that's been into those plays and the guys that have sacrificed have put me in that position. It just, that when the crowd erupts, it just, gets everyone going, and it just brings juice to our offense and our defense, and we go get a stop, and it just keeps it, going. So, I don't know, just bring it on, I suppose.
I like it. Yep. Just bring it on. So now you see it. When he's breaking away and he's asking for more, you all give it to him at Bobcat Stadium. All right. So that's how it rolls. Tommy, that's a fascinating insight, man. And on behalf of Bobcat Nation, thank you for the discipline of the hard work so that it pays off on Saturday, man.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
all
a pleasure.
All right. That's Tommy Mellott. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll step aside. Ryland Ort joins us after this. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
When I was using, I spent half my time worried about running out of pills and the other half hiding my addiction, hiding from judgment, hiding from everything. I OD'd right there. My pills were laced with fentanyl. Narcan and my son saved my life. He found me and called 911. After that, I got treatment.
Learn more at helpsavelivesmt.org. A message from Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime, Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Bobcats on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Bobcat Pride, powered locally.
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings. We are circling the final turn of Cat Chat this year for football. We just talked to Tommy Mellott, and we do want to remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all their game day needs. All right, I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Ryland Ort. Ryland, how we doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Yeah. It was kind of cool going through Tommy's kind of just routine and stuff, and I know you got a pretty similar one as well, just staying with it every day, huh?
Yep, yeah. Wake up, get in the tubs, go get taped, roll out, get a little breakfast, and then head up to meetings.
Just keep it going, and at the end of the day, at the end of the week, hopefully it turns into a 1-0 week, and so far it's been 11 1-0 weeks, but got to get another one coming up this weekend. I want to talk a little bit about this game, and I want to talk some special teams.
All
you know,
right.
you're a big part of it. And we've talked to Coach Vigen about it earlier in the year, how it's an opportunity for younger guys to get onto the field. What's it like for you just taking the pride in the special teams and making sure that the younger guys, if they want to get on the field, that's their opportunity?
Yeah, I take enormous pride in special teams, and I think I watched so many guys that started their career on special teams and really made a name for themselves, and then they turned into starters on offense or defense. And so that was kind of the path I wanted to take. So I think back to my freshman year and really getting to play special teams. And I kind of joke with Tommy. I was running down on kickoff next to him, and we were on punt together. So it's funny how that they worked out. But, yeah, I'm glad that I still get to be a part of special teams. And it makes me happy when I got, young guys on that PBR unit with me, and they're asking me questions, and I'm able to help them out and kind of show them the way. So
yeah, no, hey, look, there's I was thinking about Ty Okada this week or 2 weeks ago because he came through town, and he walk on to captain. You walk on to captain. We're here, and the path to that kind of runs through special teams. I mean, who are some of the guys that are getting onto the special teams that Bobcat fans should be excited about their future here coming up?
I think Dane Steele really sticks out.
Yeah.
Obviously, his brother Coy Steele had a good career here, and Brock's been doing some good things for us too. Dane's been making a lot of plays on scout team offense against our defense one, and then he's been doing well on special teams, getting run down on kickoff. Max Murphy's been making some plays on kickoff.
He had a big stick this week.
Yeah, big stick, forced that fumble. Guys like J.J. Dolan, Carson Williams, there's a lot of young guys flying around out there, and so they're all looking good.
Got to be kind of cool to see them building their own little identity and their own little mini culture within the culture.
Yeah, no, it's super cool to see them kind of own their role and really embrace it and try to go all in on it. So
in relation to special teams, obviously that was a big part of this game this weekend against UC Davis. And one of the other topics we talked about with Coach Vigen last week was the fearlessness of your defense. If you guys have given up a big play or given up a first down, it just doesn't seem like there's any panic. What's it like on the sideline? How do you guys stay even-keeled and not let a first down or a big play or a touchdown really rattle you over the course of a game?
Yeah, I think Coach Daly does a good job of not just, kind of losing his mind and just saying, hey, let's go look at the iPads. Let's get things corrected. And we just got so much experience on the defensive side of the ball as well that guys have kind of seen a bunch of stuff, played a lot of football, so we know stuff's going to happen. UC Davis is a great team. We play a lot of good teams that are going to score on us. But it's just how can we make the adjustments to, not let it happen again. And it's just kind of the next play mentality and not really focusing on what just went wrong and trying to find a solution to what we got to do next.
Yeah, very solution-oriented when you guys are looking at this stuff. And, you're working with another new coach, but an old Bobcat in Jody Owens. So very exciting to see him back on the sidelines. I know people love Coach Owens. What's it been like for him incorporating to you guys and just working with a guy who's a Bobcat legend?
Yeah, he is a Bobcat legend. He just brings so much experience to us, with playing here. He's obviously been in our shoes. He's played in a lot of the same games that we're playing in, and he cares a lot about this place. So I think that really pours over into how he attacks every day. He's given us our all, and it's been super cool throughout the offseason and even into the season. He went and had a little time with the Panthers on their coaching staff, and so he brings some offensive film, some NFL film to us, and we get to watch that and learn techniques and stuff like that. So, he's always thinking of new ways to teach us techniques. He's always got a Twitter video for us or a saying out of a book or something. So it's been a lot of fun working with him.
That's cool. Yeah, what kind of NFL video are you guys watching?
We usually get the turnover cut up. He goes on PFF and then searches who's got the most picks or the defense with the most turnovers. And, he's all about the ball. He says it. I don't know, if you ever hear him talk, he's always talking about the ball. It's all about the ball. And so he really emphasizes turnovers, fumbles, forced fumbles, interceptions, and so we watch a lot of those.
Yeah, well, and that's interesting you say that, since obviously turnovers were such a big part of this game against UC Davis, but early in the year, you guys didn't really rack up a lot of those takeaways. You took a couple games to start getting some of those. So when you do think about the early season to now, and really you guys are plus in the turnover margin, what was the difference? Did you guys have to just stick to it, or did you have to make any adjustments in terms of trying to make these takeaways?
Yeah, I think we just stuck to it. Early in the season, I think we were playing really good defense. We weren't getting a bunch of turnovers. We also weren't letting the offenses stay on the field a long time, so our play count was down. So I think, if you just look at turnovers as a whole, the more plays you're on the field, the more opportunities you got, right? So I think we just stuck to our game plan, and Coach Owens was definitely harping on us after those 4 weeks with no turnovers or whatever it was. And so it was an emphasis, and I think turnovers are contagious, so once there's one, they just start rolling in.
Yeah, well, good time to have it rolling now as we get ready for this game on Saturday. Final thing, I have noticed a couple of defensive guys. You guys are rocking a little bit of a mustache?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, my freshman year, saw Coach Daly and Braden Conkle do it, so I was like, I'll try it, but my freshman year mustache was not as good as I got going now, so I started growing mine. I got Coach Owens to shave his, Coach Bapp. Got Coach Udy in on it now, so.
Okay. Yeah. All right, great. So we got a bunch of defensive guys rocking some upper lip hair now.
Yeah.
Anybody have a really bad one?
McCade.
Yeah.
McCade doesn't have a really good one. Yeah, his is pretty thin.
Hey, as long as he's putting the effort in, it seems to be working.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts.
All right, great. Well, if you want to grow a mustache or can grow a mustache, this would be the time to do it.
Exactly.
And everybody in Bobcat Nation can jump on it.
Yes. All right, I urge you to shave your mustaches for this weekend.
All right, I like it. Let's see some mustaches out at Bobcat Stadium on Saturday. We got that coming up. All right, Ryland, final ride on Saturday in the regular season. Appreciate the time and excited to see you out there.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Ryland Ort, we're taking a break from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Hi, former Bobcat Big Lou Salcedo from Wrestler Chevrolet here. Our team proudly supports MSU football both on the field and on the road. Serving the Bobcat community since 1999, we've got what you need. From the powerful heavy-duty Silverado to the top-of-the-line high-country Suburban. Visit our showroom or check us out online at WrestlerChevy.com. Together, let's drive a Wrestler Chevrolet. Community born, community driven. We'll meet you at the tailgate.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
We are back one final time for the year on Cat Chat at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen as we take a look presented by Vance Thompson Vision as Montana is in town for the noon kickoff. We'll be on the air for that at 11 a.m. And, Coach, don't have too much time here, but going to be a great game this weekend. It's been a great opportunity to be here on the show all year long. We appreciate your insight and your candor throughout the year, and what a great round of fans here for the final show. So, yeah, this has been great, and you got a bunch of great kids up here who've shared their stories throughout the year.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Keaton. I know each one of those conversations with the guys, I do a great job of bringing it out. Some guys more experienced than others, going all the way back to Connor Moore. You got something out of him. So, no, it's been a great year, and we got a ways to go yet. I can't wait to get out there on Saturday. We need everybody loud and proud. We need Bobcat Stadium to become a beast like it can be. And that's what we need, and our guys appreciate that so much. So look forward to that opportunity.
All right, that's it. That wraps up this season of Cat Chat. We'll still have TV going during the playoffs. All right, thank you to all the player guests. Thank you to our staff at Buffalo Wild Wings and with Bobcat Sports Properties. Trevor Dominuk back in the studios. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long and go Cats.
You've been listening to Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bobcats Sports Network.